يا ربي رؤيتك رجائي وإلى الجنات لتهديني.
My name is Katie Bouchard, and I am a resident of Mount Pleasant. I am a student at the Saginaw Chippewa Tribal College. I am 30 years old, and I am the mother to two very beautiful children, Chloe and Anthony. I'm sure you've seen them running around Mount Pleasant before. When I volunteered to speak, I was asked to share two things. How I came to Islam and what I would like to see happen with the Muslim Student Organization. So I guess I'll first start out. I have a story that took 4 years to write, and I have 5 minutes to share it, so I will try very hard to do that and not talk too long. So first I want to say that I did not come to Islam. Islam came to me. Again and again and again, Islam came to me. And Allah brought Islam to me through Saudi people. When I was 26 years old, I met some people from Saudi Arabia. And at this time, I was living a very bad life. I will not share the details, but we'll just say that everything I did every day was haram. I was not going to school, I was not working, I was not doing anything. And after some time hanging out with my new Muslim friends, they started to recognize this, and they asked me what I was doing. They said, Katie, is this the life you want? And I said, this is just my life. I used to complain and blame my parents and say, oh, poor me, poor me. And one night, we were sitting in an apartment, and they started to ask me, why do you not go to school? Why do you not work? Why do you not take care of your children? And this made me feel really bad. For the first time in my life, I started to feel bad. And they said, you should ask the God to help you. I said, what do you mean, ask the God? I said, you should ask the God to help you. I said, okay, explain. And they talked about this God that they said his name was Allah. And they said if I wanted Allah to change my life, he would. I just had to ask from here. So I started to think about this for a week. I was feeling really bad about my life, and one day I decided that I quit. I don't want to live anymore. I quit, I'm done. And somebody told me when I was a child that if you take your own life, if you kill yourself, you will go to the hellfire. That God will not forgive you. And so I said, okay, I'm going to do that. I don't care, but I will talk to the God first. So I fell down on my knees and I started to talk to Allah. And when I was finished, I went to sleep, and I woke up 2 days later, and my heart was changed. My mind was changed, and I went to a hospital. Sorry, I tried really hard not to cry, but I always cry when I tell this story, because it's beautiful to me, it's real. So I went to the hospital, and there was a man and a woman taking my information. They asked me, what happened? Why are you here? Tell us what happened this week. And I told them the story, and they started to cry. They're crying, I'm crying, everybody's crying. It's a big cry fest. And they said, do you understand what happened? And I said, no. And they said, do you understand this is God giving you a second chance? Do you understand that you tried to kill yourself and God saved you and he's giving you another chance? And I knew that this was true. So after I got out of the hospital, I went back to these Saudi people and I said, okay, show me. Show me Allah. Show me Islam. And they did. This took 4 years to happen. I converted to Islam in May of 2011 after about a year and a half of studying Islam. After I left the hospital, they said to me, you should, every morning when you wake up, you should thank God for saving your life. And every night when you go to sleep, you should thank him for keeping you alive. And I did this, and I didn't tell anybody, but when I woke up every morning, when I prayed, I fell to the floor like this. And I didn't know this is how Muslim people prayed, and this is how I knew it was right. And so I see my friend one day, he's in the bathroom, and he's washing his ears like this. And I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm making wudu. I said, what's that? He said, this is what we do before we pray. I said, come here, I will show you. After that, one of my Saudi friends says to me, Katie, please, can you help me with my homework? Please, read this book. Right. Read this book, and please do a summary for me. I have so much homework, I can't. I said, okay, no problem. He gives me the Quran in English. I read the Quran. I'm living back home with my grandmother and my children, and the day when I left the hospital, I never went back to that life. And so right in front of my face was all the problems that I made for myself. And I would cry, and I was very sad, and I was confused. But when I opened the Quran, I had peace in my heart. And I don't think that guy ever knows that that book made me fall in love with Islam. In this book I read, it said that Allah was forgiving and He was merciful. And I said, oh, I need that, because I did some bad things. And so I started to pray one night, and I said, okay, I think I'm Muslim. And so I started to pray to Allah and ask Him to show me a sign. And after I got up off my knees, I opened my computer, and there was a video that was sent to me by one of my Saudi friends, and it was a YouTube video of the Quran. And I still don't remember what it said, but it just told me that everything was going to be okay and that I was going on the right path. So I said my Shahada, and I started to pray every day, and I started to follow the 5 pillars of Islam. But my problem was, as soon as I put on the hijab, my family and friends did not approve. And that was very difficult for me. So I only had brothers, you know, and I wasn't really comfortable all the time with them, so I don't have any family, I don't have any sisters, and I was very, very sad. So I got really sick, and I went to the hospital. And also another thing, I couldn't pray in Arabic, and I was very sad about this. And I was in the hospital, and 2 of my brothers came with me and sat with me all night and taught me Al-Fatiha. And they sat there with me until I memorized it, and that made me feel better. So, skip forward 4 years, because I'm sorry. But this year is very special to me, because at the beginning of the summer, I started to get sad because Ramadan was coming. The last 3 years I lived with a Saudi family, and they went back to Saudi Arabia, and I started to live by myself. And I was getting very sad because Ramadan was coming. And I asked one of the brothers, I told one of the brothers this, and he said, okay, I'm going to make a phone call. So, okay. In 1 week I had 11 messages from people at the masjid here in Mount Pleasant, and sisters coming to my house and taking me to the masjid and taking me to events. And I'm really, really grateful for that, because now I have sisters. I have brothers, but I have sisters now, and that's so important to me. And I'm really, really grateful. And so when you ask me what I wanted to see with the Muslim Association, is stuff like this, because it's really difficult for an American citizen, a convert, to relate to other people. So right now, here in this room, I'm with people that understand me. I'm with my brothers, I'm with my sisters, I'm with my daughter. I feel safe with her around you, you know. I don't always feel safe with my children around other people, so I'm really, really grateful. And so I really love to see more events and dinners. My children look forward to that every week. They get so excited to go to the masjid, and I'm really, really grateful. And so I guess that's my story, and thank you for letting me share.